Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hello, Will. Hello, Penguin. Happy to see you in. A little low on that grind tonight. I noticed my cup wasn't getting all the way back. Time to shovel the excess grinds out from the catcher. Hopefully everyone's had a lovely weekend. Having a good start to the beginning of their week if they're doing so. So we're going to be doing Scottish pies tonight. And I just happened to be able to find some New York strip on sale today. So we're going to do New York strip for the steak in them. Normally I'd probably choose ribeye, to be honest, but so this should be good. I'm going to sear them off really hot, really heavy. Essentially do them black and blue, and then thin slice them, mix them with gravy and some onions, and we'll put them together into a crust pie. And then I also have some other goodies to go along with that. Like, I'm thinking of doing, even though it's completely untraditional, like this is not Scottish at this point, but I'm thinking of doing a Monterey Jack bechamel that I could pour over the top of it instead of the typical gravy. Like, I'll have gravy on the inside, but I'm thinking like a cheese sauce over the top. And I'm gonna have to get creative with the gravy. I'll take the pan that I sear the steak in. We'll add some water, some Marmite, some other goodies that we have around MSG department. Yeah, you were saying that in the Discord, Buns. You got substituted green onions instead of leeks. That's a bummer. I have one in here. You want that one? I don't really have a plan for it at the moment. Putting all my bowls away just in time for me to get them out for stream. Delivery's convenient, and there are at least a certain percentage of people that need delivery in that they can't leave the home, that sort of a thing, or not able to get around easily, don't have easy access to transportation, yada 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 yada. However, delivery services are worst. Ordering online from shopping stores that I found gets you nothing but guaranteed mildly bruised fruit, dented cans, and on top of bad substitutions. Or no substitutions available at all. A little coffee on a cutting board. Cutting board's dirty anyways. Happy Sunday, everyone. Cheers. Welcome in. Happy to see you. So what will we get started with here first? I think I'm going to get started with my dough first. For the pies. But rather than work on a dirty surface here, I'm going to give this board a clean up. Welcome in, Kip. How you doing tonight? I saw you said hello earlier. I apologize for not saying hello right off. Awesome. Yeah. Cheers to that. Okay, I haven't even looked at what I want to do for my dough for this tonight. I'm actually debating. I also have to get more AP flour out. So why don't we do that first? Where's my favorite spoon scoop? Seems like a spade. Could go gardening with this thing. That is, if my neighbors ever planned for any place for me to garden. Let's do a little quick math on this in my head, which is going to be funny science at best. Hi there, camera. There's still more here somewhere. I'm just gonna have to pull the whole thing down, I think. Now we have planned flour for tonight, and sort of wish I had just a little bit more room in my container over there. But undo my knot here. This is just some plastic wrap essentially turned into twine. Works pretty good. A little stretchy. But for a case where you don't have an extra lid that size, there we go. Go hide this back in the bedroom. Cat, get over here. Thank you, Will. Only 8 minutes get units on the battlefield for Stream Raiders. I've done some butter here, or rather a stick of butter, which is not just some. That's not the only fat that I think I want to throw in here tonight. Let's see if I have some nicely down here. Thought I had 2 containers of it. Guess not. Unless I have another one in here. Nope. Don't know how much plastic wrap I needed on that. I'm gonna use some frozen but actual lard here. No, I'm certain a proper shop like this would probably be using suet because they would get suet with their large cuts of beef. But I just happen to have a pig in the house, so... No shrooms. At least not tonight. Yep, I'm just getting started with that. I'm working on my dough here, which is a combination of pork lard and butter. Considering I have both in the house, that was my choice over buying suet. If anyone can hit up the dinner command or... Oh, nice. No, I always put that in the 3 emoji there. Thank you, Will Poker. And I'm debating if that's enough. Sort of tempted to add a bit more fat in there, but there's quite a bit in there, so I think I'm gonna live with that. Pinch of salt. I'll get rid of this. This is going to be a mess once the water's in there. And so essentially I've made a pie dough at this point. I've kept everything cool. Yeah, I want a little more water in there. Okay. That's about where we want this. I'll do a little bit of kneading of this, which is going to be different from, which is going to make it different from a pie dough. I'm going to develop the gluten a little bit in this. Okay, now I'm going to let that rest, even with that, just that little bit. That's more than I would for a pie dough, or have the last couple of nights for the tarts. Hopefully you're having a lovely night, Ja. Welcome in. I don't know if I gave you a proper greeting earlier. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge just to stay cool. We want to keep those fats cold. We don't want them to melt and absorb into the flour. We want them so that they're little pockets of fat that turn into steam, which create flakiness. Not so much lift, but flakiness. Good with that, good with that, good with that. On to our next project. Let's get our taters going. Or at least ready. There's a little prep ahead of time. Oh, we got our battle to do too. Let's do our first battle. I think we got it. I was a little worried about that at the beginning. Get them chickens. Victory. Heavy 20. Getting them kills. Damon getting us assists. Mummy Frog getting the 50 gold. Ooh, some goodies for me. Ooh, going for the blue chest. They're just trying to tease you into getting that silver instead of the blue. And there we go. Let's see if we got any quests since it's our first battle of the evening. Potatoes. I'm just going to toss these in the bowl with the oil and seasonings. Just in prep for later. It's a little bit early to be doing this when we're going to have to bake the pies, obviously. But let's give us a good 15-20 minutes here to get the dough to rest. Start with some sunflower oil. I'm just going to roast these whole tonight. I know I said tatties in the menu, and I believe that's traditionally mashed. I've just done a fair amount of mashed recently, and so Italian herb mix. Bit more garlic. And some onion. Move coffee out of the line of fire. So those are all now nicely coated and ready to roast. By the way, folks, Scramble's always available to you if you want to play. The timer, it doesn't go off as much as it used to on its own. Four. You always apologize for... That, or you think I'm talking to you in particular. So this is going to get rolled out pretty thin, especially for the bottom. Why, hello there, Miss Lisa Face. How is the show? We're rolling out dough for our pies. I use butter and lard for mine, though I would assume traditional is probably with suet. Awesome. No. It's the quote is no one likes a soggy bottom. I mean, it works for crust too, but the more common rule in life in the kitchen. Awesome, Miss Lisa Face. Oops. I'm not really shooting for any specific shape, which is why it's this sort of wild pattern. I'm mostly just trying to get it rolled out without having to roll it 50 times, which I've already somewhat failed at in my own opinion. Because we're still a bit too thick over here. Might need more dough here. Might only have enough here for about 3. I guess we'll do 3. So go ahead and close up my spring forms. Even though this one's a little... I've already done this one up after only like 1 or 2 uses on that. I've used other ones many more times than that one, but one of them I just messed up like right off the bat. Let's see how far off I am with my guesstimate for filling these. Some bands just calling it quits. Sort of making me wonder if concerts are still going to be such a thing, especially with on demand, and like concerts are going to get, I think, are going to get rarer and rarer and more expensive, regardless of how expensive they already are. I mean, if it didn't... cost a couple $100 these days in order to go to a concert. But like, I think Live Aid is going to be an online thing now. I mean, it was last year, because of COVID. That's awesome, Miss Lisa Face. Might even be stretching it for 3 here. Yeah, I am gonna get this stingy. Oh, I greatly enjoyed that chicken soup the other night. That was quite lovely. But then again, I had almost been like I said, I had redone the photo slideshow so that it was showing at least somewhat recent photos. And came across the Italian wedding soup and was like, I want to make Italian wedding soup. And this one's on the edge of too small now. Oh well. On the edge of too small, it's too small. So I'm cheating. Hey, Chaos. Welcome in. Doing well, I guess. Yeah, well, I'm working this dough considerably more than I want to. It's still going to be a nice flaky dough, but still, it could be... I'm ruining my tenderness. What you putting in your chicken pot pie? What veggies you put in your chicken pot pie? And this is, of course, something you can do a whole bunch of and freeze them if you're doing them like this. Hey, I have leftover dough. Yeah, right. I'm just gonna sneak these into the fridge for a little bit. Keep those as chill as possible. Excuse me. Good morning, Catalina. Welcome in. Good morning to you. Then I'm cutting my vents into my tops here. Been a little worried actually that I'm coming down with something. I don't think for sure that I am. But the last 2 mornings have been a little rough. First thing getting going. Both days I've had today definitely sinus headache that just didn't want to go away. So I made sure and vented out the house while I was here this morning before it got too hot. Hopefully that'll help. Who knows? I just had some chicken soup. Bun buns. I also went to try and get my second booster tonight. Or this morning. They turned me down. Because I'm Too young. Which I thought was the case for most people. But I was one of those wonderful people that got the J&J shot. And so I thought they were opening it up earlier. To moi. Yep, I'm not 50 yet. Miss Lisa face. They don't want to pay for it if they don't have to. I have no idea what the costs of the vax are, with or without government meddling in what the price is. But I have to assume it was not cheap. All right, let's see what we're after here. Not much, so I think I'm just going to do a killing field after this guy here. Victory. Victory. Suki getting them kills. It's not. Because, I mean, it never was... This whole pandemic never was really emergency other than how many people were getting it at the exact same time and needing help. Now, a lot less people need help, and there's no chance of the hospitals really being congested, which was really the issue. It was they didn't have enough stuff to help people. Victory. Catalina getting the scroll along with Gaia. And onto that blue chest. That unknown blue chest. I'm gonna start right here. Next to these guys. And we'll see what we get here in 30 minutes. Yeah. I mean, American healthcare costs me the same premium whether I go in to see my doctor or if I just go into urgent care. Let's see here. Toast. Good guess. Almost there for another one. Another one being Miss Lisa Face's this week's theme, Redemption. They're about equally marbled. Nice, Catalina. Yeah, I'm a bit jealous. So we're making sure we got a nice warm pan here. Try and pull a bunch of moisture up off of that. We'll hit that with some salt and pepper. We want this pan rocking tonight. I'm gonna turn the fan on high, even though it may mess with the mics a little bit. Smoke alarm door, my bedroom door is closed. Fan's on max. Oh, hey, I don't even have this fan on today. I set myself my personal fan back up here the other night. Don't even have it running. And we need to angle that a little more this way. Smoothie. Do want to sear all sides of your steak. And since I'm not using a broiler to do that, I am having to make sure it hit the sides here. And again, we're just searing the steak. I'm not going for, I mean, I wanted some nice color if I could get it. But the main thing is that we seared it. We got this food safe. And we've seared all of our sides to it as well. So everything has hit a temperature that we're not worried about. We're now gonna let that rest and work on some other projects here. Back on the stove here, I am going to take the heat off of that. Further, we're gonna remove the oil from that pan. We're gonna use it again because it isn't burnt or anything, but carefully make sure we don't have a path for that fire to run up the side of our pan here. Give that a good wipe off. Wipe off the top edge of our pan. There we go. And to this, I'm going to add some water. Turn that heat back on. And this is going to be our sort of faux gravy for our pie filling. So we're going to take all that loveliness that was left in the pan with some water, some soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I wish I could just pour this stuff out, but and then I would prefer Vegemite, but I have Marmite. And so a decent spoon of that too. Which I can almost instantly smell, even above and beyond anything beef that's going on here. I can smell that Marmite. I never really buy beef bouillon or anything along that line, but if I had something along that line, that would be perfect for this. I'm sort of sitting here studying my spice drawer, trying to figure out what else I can maybe throw into this. I'm going to do a little onion powder, but I think I'm going to stop there, because we're putting some actual onion in this too, which is my next step. So many projects. People only knew what I was up to lately. All right, we got an okay flame there. By the way, for anyone curious, this is also a new playlist. This is a new jazz playlist. Versus the blues list that we tried last stream. Chat wasn't in love with the blues last stream. I was sort of on the fence about it. And so I think we're going to skip blues from now on. I've been enjoying this one. This one's been had a nice slow start. I really got to get rid of my trash. Hey, as long as it's tasty. I mean, there is truth in the saying we eat with our eyes, but you making it at home, as long as it's tasty. So is it a Hank's night or is it Goldblum? Trying to remember the other one you have. Miss Lisa face. So that extra oil that we have left over from our steak, we're going to use to saute our onions in. The handle was warmer than I expected it to be. I don't know why I expected it to be like room temp, but it startled me. Two for the price of one? Is it that special of a night? Oh, we can turn the fan back down low now. Gotta be getting close here. Adding some salt here, but more adding it for its benefits in cooking. I'm also going to be mixing the onion in with this, and this has already got a fair amount of spice and other stuff, and so otherwise I would add some other stuff in there, like some pepper, all that good jazz. But not now. Sort of a quiet Sunday tonight. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. Anyone got any suggestions for tags? We now have... They changed up tags here on Twitch just recently. And rather than having... They're getting into all sorts of trouble with people wanting tags that they didn't have, and it was sort of silly that they limited what tags you could have in the first place. And so now we're going to go through this great transition, because now we're switching from 5 predefined tags to 10 undefined ones. Just keywords that match up to your stream. And so now we're going to have this probably, there's probably going to be a bunch of different words that work better or worse than others. As everyone tries to figure out what's the best ratio on your tags, right now, before this change, a lot of people, whether they were creating videos on, say, another platform, the #1 tag for trying to get new viewers was VTuber. Which was one of those predetermined tags. We're getting close on those onions. Not quite there. Starting to get some color if you're looking down close to the bottom of the pan. I swear it listens to what I'm doing on stream. Huh. I wonder if that's the tub or the... No, it can't be the starch. It has to be the tub. tub is made by a company that I recognized. It was a photography company, which made me sort of do a double take that it was making a container for starch or oobleck. For solids that also act like liquids. Need a bit more liquid for that. Give me better control. Trying to get it all liquefied. It's not quite there. I need a little more water. Okay, heat off on those onions. Then over here with our gravy works. And we're just going to thicken that up a little bit here with our starch. Turn that heat up, bring that back up to the boil, because I think that's probably going to be good for our... Oh. Probably going to be good for thickening this. We'll see, I added starch to this. I know the camera wasn't on it. Apologize for that. Yeah, that'll be good. The heat's off on that. We'll mix our onions with the gravy. Yeah, there's a couple of cool ones that are along that line. And there's a couple in my other one that I like to refer to as the Ocean 11 songs. They all sound like those, whether the new or the old Ocean's 11. Those heist theme songs. So we're going to take our steak here and thin slice against the green. Then for the fatty top, if you find any that are irritating or you want removed from the list, please let me know. This is a brand new list tonight that I just sort of quickly put together. I take a couple of seconds to listen to each song. Not going to listen to 3.5, almost 4 hours of music all the way through on every single song, just determining if I want to throw it on a list or not. So there are no favorites here that you're going to hurt my feelings about. There's a couple that are actually repeats, because I found out that I think a couple of my lists aren't showing up properly. The program I'm using, they changed up their system, and I think my old playlists aren't recognized when searching for new songs. So it doesn't tell me which ones are already in those old playlists. Let's just... let's get the silver skin this time. That's just toughness that we don't want anyways. Oh hey, let's look at the cutting board, what I'm actually doing here. So I've taken our steak, cut it into 3, and then I'm cutting it this way against the grain so that we get pieces that are tender but hopefully pull apart. Yeah, they're gonna have a little more stick together because they're not cooked yet, but once these get their final little bit of heat from being in those pies, want the fat as long as it isn't coming along with some silver skin. Okay. So now we'll just mix our gravy and beef. This will be our filling for our pies. I guess it's a good thing that we only got 3 because I think this is going to be a good amount for 3. I would have been stretching things if I was doing 4. Alright, so oven up to 400. Potatoes prepped and ready here next. One last quick spin around in the oil. Make sure they're all nice and glossy still. And those are going in the oven. Just as it is right now, as it's preheating. Let's do our battle. We got a battle to do. Tough battle, but a victory. Damon getting those assists for us. Bun's getting the 200 gold. Catalina getting a scroll. Uncle Stinky getting a scroll. Welcome in from Seattle. Do we go for the guy or we go for the gal, folks? We got 3 battles to do either way. Top or bottom, folks. No preference. We went for the lady last time. I think I'm going to go for the dude this time. I see everything stinky. Actually, I'm going to start over here. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Talking in chat is not... Talking, chatting in chat, typing in chat is not a necessity around here. I'm not after some special Twitch metric of engagement of users or and we need our other pan set up for these. For our pies. Let's just start with one at a time. Maybe I do want these out here a little longer. It's good they're refrigerated as far as keeping our dough nice and flaky, but do need it workable too. And I'm going to guesstimate about a third of this. We're still going to be short. I'm only going to do 2 of these, I think. Yeah, I think that's all we got room for. Ooh, that's tasty. Of course, if you don't like the bitterness of Vegemite or Marmite, you add all that savoriness in there, you just don't even really care. At least I don't. And there is our beef pies. I was actually debating that right now, Will Poker, whether we're going to do an egg wash or not with these. Sort of wishing I had some apples right now. And throw some apples and sugar real quick into that. But I don't. I think we're going to skip that because I doubt that's the case there. I would bet that most likely these are done wet with water, and they're most like, well, that's also the different type of dough. If they're using suet, they can use a whole bunch more water with their dough. And yeah. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do, let's do some milk. Or some cream, because that was what was handy. Thank you, Catalina. Hopefully the meetings on this half of the continent are better than the past. Gonna let these sit over here for a moment. Yep, these are very, if not Scottish, British style of pie. At least as I have looked into things. Again, I wish I had something that I could throw into this last one here. No, I did look in my local stores to see if I couldn't find myself some boudin or blood sausage or... I have an apple. I didn't know that I had an apple. Cheers, folks. I have no idea what apple this is. I would guess it's probably a Honeycrisp. Maybe a Fuji. I don't think it's the local Gravensteins. Actually, most of those that I've seen this year have been smaller. That reminds me, is the Gravenstein Festival, is that this weekend? Yeah, it was this weekend. Guess I missed that. But we have a apple festival in Sonoma every year. It's actually not a bad place to try a whole bunch of different wines. I mean, it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than doing tastings for all of those. I mean, just about any event in this county has a wine tent. And who knows how many people there trying to sell you wine. You can make great wines all over the place. They do. California just has the lovely distinction of making a name for itself one year by absolutely stomping France in making wine, in judges, in blind tastings. And ever since then, we've been set. Nice, Catalina. We'll do some salt. Just a little. Cinnamon. Because I have it, cardamom. Yeah. Because I have it, ginger. Nutmeg. And mint on clove, even though I've got some ground clove. I am just not a huge fan of clove. It's too overpowering. It's just too much. I recognize that as a recipe, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. No. Pretty sure that's a recipe, too. Oh yeah, Catalina, she's got pictures of her potion bottles in the Discord. In the I made this section. Let's see here. I made this. There's a box she most recently made. That's Elfie's work. There we go. There's our bottles. Alright, so I'm not even going to try and crimp this edge. I'm just going to leave it rolled over like that. It'll be a good distinction that this is dessert instead of beef too, so. How are we looking on our battle? Ooh, all sorts of help ready with our battle. Got 3 minutes left. Rinse my pans out while we're hanging out here. Really with the energy levels. Been doing a lot better lately. All this walking I've been doing in the morning has helped me greatly with that. Sort of feel like whether you consider it exercise or not, you gotta tire yourself out at least once a day. Get that sweat going. Uh-oh. Let's go with haste this time. Yeah, the temps have been... I've been getting out in the morning and doing a decent walk, but I delayed it today because I was supposed to get that shot. And, coming back, it was hot. Like, it was a 90-degree day today. It feels like it's been 90 degrees all summer, which it's not supposed to be. At least here. Victory. Stinky getting them kills. Catalina helping out with the killing. Or, did that backwards. Catalina killing everything. Uncle Stinky helping out with the assists. Catalina getting the scroll. Is that where we're going? Yeah, that's where we're going. Alright, I think it's time to put our pies in the oven. I turned the oven down to 350 from the 400 I had it at for with the potatoes. I'm going to leave the potatoes in there. And I think for the last project of the evening, I am going to do that cream sauce. We'll just do a small batch of it, though. Nice. Well, I don't mind the soda. I'm not a fan of no sugar sodas. I think they're probably actually even worse. But that said, soda is not... Enjoy. I'm gonna say I can complain about everything. And frequently do. Alright, so we'll start a roux. I don't know, do you... I mean, alcohol, I appreciate that. I can understand that. In Australia, do you have those Alco Pops? I don't know, it's... I know they're in Europe, and I know they're a big thing in, like, clubs and stuff in Europe. They're sort of like the... girly vodka drink of European clubs, from my understanding, without having been there, without having first-hand knowledge. How come no one guessed sturgeon? You hear that metal on metal? Yeah, that's because that ain't rubber anymore. What did I do to hide my lid? There we go. Hey, Maz. Welcome in. Mostly bacon stuff at this point. Maz, we've got... Oh, I used a decent amount of this. I've got steak pies in the oven. We got potatoes roasting in the oven. And I'm making myself a cream sauce for on top of those. Or for with those. Skip that. Yeah, let's do a bit more milk in there. My milk has a fat cap, so that's the fat cap from my whole milk, which just melted in there nicely. If anyone saw that lump in there. That's good stuff. There it is. It's a bit of heavy cream that they put at the top of their milk bottles to help seal their milk even further from the air. We're just bringing that up to heat. While we're waiting on that to come up to heat, though, we can grate some cheese. just enough to flavor our sauce there. That was maybe, what is this, a pound? It's a half pound. So there's maybe 2 to 3 ounces of cheese there. And wait for that to come up to a full boil, which looks like we're there. Heat off on the cheese sauce. Just using that heat to cook that cheese the rest of the way. And there you go. Simple Monterey Jack cheese sauce. We're over our pies. So I want to give this basically the rest of the time in the Stream Raiders, so another 14-15 minutes here. And we got our sauce ready. We got things just baking. I think I'm going to take a 10-minute AFK and sit down and rest my foots. And we'll be back in a few. Be back to show you the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week will receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, 1 piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's 2 curls out of the 1 potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the 2 colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. Upon my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you started to eat 'em. Now the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in 2. Serve them on the half shell, just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this. Drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast. Why, they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers. When you want to chop up a little nuts for cake, cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup, making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. This machine, instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat. Once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these. Cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupes, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here's a tool, ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season, when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just heat it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now, here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven. Catch a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slice is. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness, every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick, drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it, makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating...
Welcome back, everyone. So our cheese sauce is nicely waiting. Our pies are still in the oven. Potatoes are probably more than ready to come out. I just took a quick glance before... Cheated you up, but I took a quick glance just before the AFK was over. Pies are looking nice. I think they're going to need a little more time. In fact, I'm tempted to take the potatoes out after this battle here on Stream Raiders and then kick up the heat a little bit to try and get some more color on the outside of them, because I mean, the filling was safe as it was. We seared the steak, we cooked everything that's with it. It's really just making sure that dough is cooked, and so if we can cheat and turn up the heat and get some color and get it done quicker, why not? We've got 30 seconds to our battle here. Probably over by the time lag is involved. Oh, dad joke. How horrid. How dare you, dad joke. I've been carrying that around in my... Oh, that's something else. Ooh, let's see what we got here. What are we fighting? Not much. Is that a Jack in the Box skin that I'm seeing? Victory. $23 getting those kills. Stinky helping us out with the assists. Catalina and Suki getting the rewards. Gold chest. Putting my warrior there. We'll do vibing over here. We'll do no. And maybe we'll tighten this up a little bit. That's going to give us a lot of room for units to get relatively high zoom on this. Map. And we'll see what pops up over time. But this way, if we have stuff pop up, we're pretty well defended. We're pretty well blocked in here. We've got this slowing anything coming down here. And it's going to have to deal with this wall coming over this way. So we'll hopefully stay as a good group there regardless of where things pop up. Let's take a quick look at the quests. Cupcakes. Scrolls. Okay, those potatoes are looking beautiful. Those pies. So I'm kicking the heat up to 400 on the oven. I was baking the pies at 350. I started the potatoes off at 400 and dropped them down to 350 with the addition of the pies. Those taters are looking yummy. I'm happy with the way those look. We get some focus down here, please. I know I'm zooming that camera pretty far at that point there. Still got flour on me. Bumped my hand against the grill. Minor burn. That'll look worse in the morning. That little bump there. So I think we're going to give the pies until this next battle here. And then we'll pull those out too. Well, maybe we'll try and pull them out a couple of minutes before the battle. I don't like doing the battles off stream like I have. I've done a couple of them lately, but I try to wrap up them on stream so everyone can see what's going on. No follows tonight that I've noticed so far. We only need 9 more. I lost one. We only need 9 more until 1,000. Which, once we get to 1,000, the stream afterward will be doing giveaways. Giveaway? Giveaways? Giveaway? Did I just give away something? Wow, I didn't have a single going live alert on the Discord tonight. Welcome, Merlin. Welcome home. We're doing steak pies for dinner. I've got roasted potatoes on the stove that I just took out of the oven. I've got a Monterey Jack bechamel, which is very untraditional for Scottish food, but I felt like making one. And then in the oven, we have 2 steak pies and an impromptu apple pie because I had an extra dough that I ran out of filling. But they're hopefully more English style pies than I remember. I've seen sort of 2 styles to English pies. There either seem to be like a somewhat oval pattern and somewhat long. I'm putting my hand down there because I remember watching them in a video, slapping down the tops on them because they use water and all of it. And the other ones are more like the ones that I have. I haven't really seen them sold that way though. I know they exist. I've obviously made them, but they're more something that I've seen in like photos and stuff like that than actually being sold out of a UK shop. But I've already had people here tell me tonight that, oh, they sell things like that near me, so we gotta be close. And we also got a new jazz playlist tonight. So we're up to 3 jazz playlists. I think we're gonna ditch the blues playlist. I think that was sort of the consensus. Or at least we won't play it very often. I'm not deleting it just yet. Welcome back in, Bun Buns. Yep, potatoes are looking good. Nice and poofy and roasted. Skins of it detached. Those are certainly cooked through. Those are going to be like mashed potatoes on the inside. I actually almost these days prefer this to mashed potatoes. Like, I love mashed potatoes, don't get me wrong. I certainly love my potatoes in all forms. But that whole... It's almost like the French fry, you get the crisp with the smooth and creamy. You get both of them this way. You get some nice creamy small little potatoes and roast them. You get all that seasoning on the outside. You get all the goodness of having like a baked potato without all the hassle. Power snooze. Well, hopefully you're feeling refreshed. You gonna jump up and do some work now? Ooh, that's getting a bit thick. I wonder if that'll loosen up if I put a little heat underneath it. That's big. Having your own bed, or being back to having your own bed. Or the bed that you're used to versus... I mean, I'm sure the hospital beds are functional. I have not been in a hospital bed in ages. I would not be surprised if they're not very comfortable or very thick. Cushioning doesn't seem to be high priority when it comes to doctors. Yeah, that too's annoying, yeah. Especially if you're a belly sleeper. I'm definitely a side sleeper. My body doesn't want to sleep on its side at the same time, though, so I've been trying to get myself to sleep on my back. And sleeping on your back is supposed to be, like, the healthiest way to do so, but it also means other things like nighttime indigestion. Alright, that's loosened up nicely now. Added a little more liquid in there, but I think that was a little bit from the heat too. I'll take the heat back off of that. Take a look at our pies here, see if they're... Well, they're definitely cooking now. They're definitely cooking now. Yeah, they're probably, yep. Another shift, someone new to poke and prod you and check your chart and make sure you're still alive. Gotta find some reason to charge you. I do think I'm going to try and move these pies from the bottom rack up higher. Yeah, we're getting close there. Starting to get some nice color on the edges. Merlin. I've heard many. I've had all of my grandparents go through assisted living and beyond at this point, unfortunately. It's always funny listening to the story what goes on at those places between. I mean, everyone's got their own things, and it's not funny for the fact that people aren't getting what they want, but at the same time, it's a little funny to watch some of them. And some of the things some of the outlandish things that people pull. You have any ladies hitting on you, Merlin? You got any ladies in that spot trying to pick you up? Awesome. That's great. That's not a place anyone wants to be. Being at home, having your own schedules, having your own routines, having the things that you normally do, your own food, your own air, basically. At this point, it's all gonna affect you. So it's dignity, yes. Especially if they're lucid of that at that point. Yeah, it's sort of sad to think that they could have some more people. We need to foster a culture where people actually want to go and hang out at those places, regardless of the inevitable outcome of everyone in its life. Because they just seem so. Oh, Marlon, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you, Marlon. I'm just judging at one point I want to take these pies out. The beef ones are looking closer to done than the apple one right now. I don't know if I don't think I washed the apple top. In fact, I know that I didn't now. Now I think back about it, so I washed the beef ones with the milk on top, and so this would be a great way to show you the difference what putting that cream on the top of the beef pies is versus the apple pie, which isn't going to have that, and it's going to be much lighter. We're going to give those another 5 minutes or so. Yeah, Bun Buns, I found an apple in the fridge that I didn't know that I had still. And so I tossed that with a little sugar, a little brown sugar, some cinnamon, some ginger, some cardamom, and some fresh nutmeg. And then tossed that into, after peeling it, tossed that into the last, or the third pie shell I had, because I ran out of beef or steak for all of them. Nice. We're in the heart of peach season. You know where there's some peaches are right now. Go steal them. Making me want to do an upside down peach cake. I've done like 3 or 4 of those now on stream. I've loved every single one of them I've done. Hatch chilies are popping right now too. Yep. I don't know if they're doing it. I haven't heard this year. I actually haven't been reading as much as the local news. The local news decided to paywall itself up, and so I've gotten to watch. I'm not going to pay them for the 1 or 2 articles a month I read on them. Sadly, they don't even allow you, like, a fair number of newspapers these days. Well, at least allow you a couple a month, so it's reasonable if you're, like, don't live there, that you can still read an article from someplace. But the local one is just completely... You gotta pay to see stuff on this site. And that's what I was getting to, Merlin, is I haven't heard this year because typically there's an article on it every year. The farmers markets in Santa Rosa, the big farmers markets in Sonoma County, typically have Hatch and where the other Padrones, they'll roast fresh at the market for you. It's one of the few things that they can do without like a food license. Hey Sotos, welcome in. How you doing this evening? We're waiting on pies in the oven right now. We got our potatoes done. We got a cheese sauce. We got steak pies, and we got an apple pie in the oven. Welcome, Trigger. The apple pie was above and beyond the plans for this evening. You guys are coming in at the perfect time here. We got about 1 or 2 more minutes here before I pull up these pies out of the oven. Ooh, a hat tip emote. That one's new. Oh, I missed the Giphy. Dope. Did that play for you, Bun Buns? Okay, cool. All right, let's kill this. Let's Let's see what we got for pies here tonight. A little overflow in the liquids. We're gonna have to give those a couple minutes to cool down until I can even get them out of the containers. But as you can see, how much more color we got on the edges of these steak pies, and even on the center here, compared to the unbrushed, dry crust on the apple. It is smelling nice right now, Merlin. Although the apple and the beef do honestly sort of conflict a little bit. It's sort of weird. Beef doesn't really go with a lot of sweet. A lot of it just conflicts. Awesome, Merlin. I appreciate that. Those apples are looking... Oh, those apples are cooked too. Sweet pepper jelly, nice. What are you gonna put it on? Sweet pepper jelly goes great with pork. I'm reading the message below it by Trigger. Yeah, pork does a lot better with sweet. I mean, apples and pork is like a, classic combo. I've served applesauce with pork a couple of times on stream. It's just beef is just some sweet things in beef that there's just something in the flavors that just don't work together. Enjoy your lurk, Catalina, while we wait for these to cool down. We got 2 minutes on our Stream Raiders, our last battle of the evening. And unless someone guides the raid, I already have an idea of where to send all you lovely folks this evening. Just adding a bit more heat just to loosen this back up again. I'm happy she made her trip across safely and gets to hang out with her boyfriend now. Husband. Bun buns. Let's see what popped up here. Ooh, we got a big angry dude. I think I'm gonna go with haste though, because they'll get us around to get everything quickly and stay as a group, hopefully. Oh, we got this, no problem. We got this even without a Jack in the Box this time. Victory. Ungly. Uingly? And Treebow getting us the kills and assists. Uncle Stinky and Ungingly getting the scrolls. We're going to call it there. We're going to start with the boss on Tuesday. One last look at our army, one last look at the store. See if we can't get any scrolls that are worth helping our warrior out, maybe? Nope. We can do the rogue. The rest ain't worth it. Yeah, let's do 100. Healer, rally warrior, there we go. Do the rogue. Trying to get that rogue and that warrior up that last level. The rogue's doing better than almost doing better than the warrior, and I never play the rogue. Then again, I haven't played anything but the warrior for like 2 or 3 months at this point. Oh, that's a bummer if that's happening. Oh, those apples are definitely falling down in there. Those have definitely cooked in there nicely. So now let's take these pies out. See what we got here for our sweet and savory pies here. Not looking bad there for our apple pie. These are just little 4-inch springform pans. They have been great. I've used them for all sorts of little projects. The side of that, I don't know if you can see the browning on the side of that apple pie. That apple pie is looking nice on the sides. Okay, we gotta risk this one. Risk it for the biscuit. Get those out of there. And oh yeah, those are looking gorgeous on the sides as well. You know, I thought I was gonna pour the cheese sauce over like part of the pie and then put the potatoes and the cheese sauce on the bottom of the plate. Now I think I just want to put cheese sauce on the bottom of the plate and just plump that beauty down in there. But what do you have here, Merlin? What we have here are 2 steak pies and 1 apple pie. The steak pies are New York strip that I seared black and blue on the stove and then thin sliced against the grain. Tossed that with a pan gravy. I took the fond in the pan. I added some Marmite. So a little soy sauce, little Leah Perkins, and some water. Thickened that with some starch. And then added in caramelized onions to, well, heavily cooked onions in with that. Those all were mixed with the steak and then into the pie. And then the apple, I just had an extra crust left over. I only filled 2 of them with the steak. I had an extra apple hanging out in the house that I just came across that I didn't even remember that I had. Tossed that with some sugar, some brown sugar, and your typical apple pie spices. And that's what we have there. And so here we have a bechamel, but a Monterey Jack bechamel, or Monterey Jack cheese sauce. Thank you for the suggestion, Miss Lisa Face. It's been a while since I made some English style pies, and these came out lovely. We're doing Scottish foods all this week because it's Miss Lisa Face's theme redemption. Which of the pies do I take? All that butter, Bun Buns. All that butter. So we'll do a quick photo here for the Discords. This could probably use a punch of parsley, but we'll survive without it. Because, again, I don't have any real parsley in the house, really. Oops. Need this on portrait. Just in time for our playlist to finish. So I want to thank everyone for joining me. We had a little bit of a quieter evening tonight, but I enjoyed seeing all you come in. We all had a good time. I enjoyed it. Take a quick glance here, see what we got going on. And then I have a new target here for a raid that I think y'all will enjoy. We're gonna go hang out with an acoustic music player. Does some folk, does some lovely live music. We were talking about music earlier. I think this is a great fit with that. I would love to find some more musicians to send you all off to. So let's get that going. The cheese sauce just hiding out underneath. So anyways, thank you all for joining me one last time tonight. I hope you enjoy hanging out with Octavia, who I'm sending you off to hang out with. And I hope to see you all back on Tuesday when we're going to be finishing up our Scottish week. Maybe we'll try and tie it into the ingredient challenge on Wednesday. But Tuesday is the main finish to Scottish week. I hope you come back for Scottish eggs. And I forget what else I'm doing there, but I have another thing going on Tuesday as well. Hope you come back for that. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.